Let me start off this video with a story. Imagine it's medieval ages and you are a fighter, carrying a shield, your sword, and fighting with monsters in this very, very dangerous land. You just go into challenge after challenge using the shield to shield yourself, to protect yourself from all the monsters, and all of a sudden you arrive into a kingdom. There is safe space, you don't need the shield anymore, but because you are so used to carrying it, you still have it around, but it's super heavy. And you just carry it around and carry it around, but it's a burden. Because you don't need the shield anymore, there is no danger. That shield is your freaking perfectionism. And today we're gonna speak about it. I healed my perfectionism a lot, but I still have some tendencies. However, I see such a great benefit when it comes to overcoming a lot of the perfectionism tendencies. First of all, perfectionism can be a very good defense mechanism. When you are a child, you were shielding yourself from danger, from shame, from guilt. You wanted to achieve 100% so you wouldn't be judged, so you would gain approval, you would gain the love. But now it is annoying you. It is freaking annoying. It is slowing you down. It is burning you out. You cannot do the things that you want to do because you're perfectionist and you keep procrastinating on things. You don't have energy. You are doing things that you perceive as successful rather than doing the things that would actually fulfill you. First thing is dealing with mistakes. Mistakes are perceived as so bad for perfectionist people. You either have 0 or you have 100. Once you made a mistake, then it's not 100 anymore. So it's 0. You're a failure. That's the logic in perfectionism, that once you make slightest mistake, then ultimately you are a failure and you shame yourself like crazy. When you achieve the 100, you just like, okay, what is next then? What can I achieve next? So the first thing is to deal with the mistakes. How do you approach mistakes? It's very good to start thinking of them as something that is very useful for your growth. So you want to shift your mindset about mistakes from I am an ultimate failure to what can I learn from this mistake? The second thing is that because you want to be 100% in everything what you do, everything what you touch, you are tired. You are so exhausted, and maybe because you want to put it together, you are touching the innermost reserves of your energy. That leads to burnout. I had burnout so many times in my life because I was just taking and taking and taking from my energy reserves and I was not giving anything back. Rest is okay. How can you do something when you don't have energy? It's like the same metaphor that you probably heard before, like you need fuel to fuel the car. And if you don't have fuel in the car, you cannot go with the car anywhere. So you need a rest. And there can be so many ways how you can rest, obviously. For every single person, it's different. Someone wants to go on a walk. Someone wants to take a nap during the day. You want to meditate, do pottery, dancing, whatever calms you down. You can start very small. 5 minutes of resting, but the sooner you're gonna learn how to rest properly without being anxious about all the things that you didn't do, then that's gonna help you so much in your life, and you're not gonna be getting burned out again and again and again because you're gonna be replenishing. And another thing about the replenishing, because you are a perfectionist, you want that external validation, that big success. So you look around, okay, this person does that, that person does that, and if I'm gonna be repeating that, and I'm gonna be 100%, then I'm gonna be a great success and everyone is gonna love me and no one is gonna see how empty I actually feel within. I'm gonna be just great. I'm gonna be happy and fulfilled when I have that. And then you start focusing on things that do not even matter to you. You are focusing on things that are perceived as a great success, being an engineer, being a doctor. And if you want it, if you really, really want it, you are so interested in it, great, go for it, perfect. But if everyone was telling you, yeah, if you're gonna be engineer, then everyone is gonna respect you and you're gonna be so good, and this parent is like giving you this, you know, like if you're gonna be engineer, then like everything is gonna be great, but you don't want to be engineer. you don't want to be engineer, but you go to the school rather than choosing something that you would actually really enjoy. Again, you don't replenish your cup because you putting all your valuable energy into something that does not even interest you that much, that is just sucking your energy out, rather than doing something that would fulfill you. And doing the things that fulfill you, it's hard, it's challenging, it's difficult, it requires a lot of time and dedication. All things do when you want to be good at something, but the difference is that one thing is for you to feel joyful about what you're doing and to feel fulfilled and to feel the purpose. The second thing is to impress other people, to do things for other people, to respect you, to view you as successful. You're playing their scenario without considering what you truly want, and that is depleting your cup again, and it's not putting anything in because you're doing something that you don't really want to do and that you don't really care about. But if you put your energy into a cause that makes sense to you, then that's like an energy inflow all the time. I can be creating videos and doing all this for hours and hours and I don't get tired, but if I would put the same amount of energy into studying engineering that I am not interested in at all, I would be super exhausted. So here it's essential to find things that are truly fulfilling you. And at first, you're gonna be like, I have no idea what I truly love. I have no idea what truly makes me happy. I never asked myself that. And I never asked myself that when I was perfectionist. I was just like doing duty and performing and successful, 100%, straight A's, you know. I never asked myself what makes me joyful, what makes me smile, when I feel good. I was just performing and hustling and I was not enjoying life. It was just flowing and I was not grasping any joy out of it. Isn't it more important to actually find something that you would truly enjoy rather than doing something that you don't really like your whole life? Procrastination connected to perfectionism. Example, you want to post something, you create this video and you just don't post it because it's not perfect, because other people do it better, and then you are like, never mind, I'm not on their level, I'm not that good, so you don't do it. You feel the passion, you feel the curiosity, but you don't do it because it's not 100%. With all the projects that you're doing that are not like super important, right? Let's say you have finals at school, you want to do good, you know, you want to do good, and sometimes there are those moments when you have to kind of like get into it, lock in. But if it's not something like super important, but it's like a normal level of important, do everything as you would grade yourself B. You don't have to do everything on A. Everything doesn't have to be 100. Set the bar lower, because as a perfectionist, you do everything above average. So if you do B, if you do it on a level B, then it's still gonna be above average, but it's not gonna be draining you to the point when you're gonna be super exhausted and physically ill, and you're not gonna be mentally breaking down. And also approaching things more playfully. If you have to do something that you don't really enjoy, it doesn't spark curiosity, it's not joyful, it's not nice, you don't really want to do it. If you find more playful than restricting way to do something, that's great. If you're creative, find any bit of creativity in the process. Try to find a way how to do it so you don't feel frustrated about it all the time. So to make a recap of what you can focus on changing mindset when it comes to mistakes, learning how to rest, start finding what actually makes you happy and what is joyful and what makes you curious, rather than just following blindly what other people want from you and what they deem as successful. Do things on the level where you would give yourself grade B. Not everything has to be grade A. It's okay. Try to find playfulness in activities that you actually have to do, but you don't really enjoy. Playfulness is better than if you're gonna be restricting yourself and you're gonna feel this frustration. So playfulness, joyfulness, curiosity. If you find just a little bit, that's amazing. There's obviously so much more that can be mentioned when it comes to perfectionism, but those are the 5 things that I applied and that helped me very much in my perfectionism journey. To make this video useful, actually apply something, choose one thing to focus on. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one. Bye!